An EC 103.1 sports presentation. Eureka College Red Devils men's and women's basketball on EC 103.1. This Red Devils broadcast is made possible by City Blue Technologies in Peoria, an Epson dealer serving Central Illinois with sustainable office printing solutions. By Windy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. And by Cornerstone Family Restaurant in Eureka. Now, let's go live to the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth for coverage of today's game.
Live from Batesville, Arkansas, the Eureka Red Devils coming in at 7-6. On the road, taking on the Lyon Fighting Scots, coming in at 6-7. Welcome to EC 103.1. My name is Matthew Swan. I'll be bringing you today's broadcast in another SLIAC matchup. It's going to be a tight one for both teams as Eureka and Lyon both tied for that fourth place spot in the SLIAC standings. Both teams right now 3-3 in conference play. The Red Devils did drop their last game by a single point, 57-56. It was the final score. That was a road game against Spalding. Eureka now has a losing streak of 2 games. The Red Devils this season making a lot of non-competitive games very extremely competitive. That's been pretty much the storyline all season long. Some examples, there's that road game against Elmhurst when Eureka lost 70-71, and even at home, Eureka losing within 2 points against Principia. So a lot of these very close games, Eureka losing within a single basket. Red Devils just unable to pull through a lot of times that we have seen this season. A huge reason for this is that Eureka has been allowing way too many runs. Again, we go back to that Elmhurst game. Eureka had the lead, and in that first quarter, they gave up a 16-4 run, allowing Elmhurst to regain the lead, get back on top, and of course end up winning that game. Principia as well were trailing against Eureka in the first quarter, but they put up that 10-2 run. And even last game against Spalding, Eureka giving up a 13-0 run to start the second quarter. Obviously something the Red Devils are going to have to work on coming into this game. For the Fighting Scots, they also lost their last game at home against Principia, 75-69. They now have a losing streak of a single game. The Scots right now just having trouble producing offensively. Some examples of that, missing 7 shots in a row on the road against Westminster. And even last game at home against Principia, they had 26 turnovers. So, of course, if you're not producing good ball control, you're not scoring, and then you're not winning ball games. And that's something that we've seen recently from the Scots. For Eureka, Maya Webb, 12.2 steals and 4 assists last game. She is now averaging 11.8 points per game on the season. Elena Redgate as well, 14 points, 8 rebounds last game. She's shooting 54.8% from the field. And last but not least, Sierra Garcia-Reich. She has been an offensive monster as of recent. She had 11 points and 8 rebounds as well last game. She is shooting 48.8% from the field. For Lyon, Natalia Kaza, that's a name we're going to be mentioning a lot here tonight. She led the team last game with 20 points. She's shooting .445% from the field. Molly Mason had 3 field goals made from behind the arc last game, 16 rebounds as well. She is shooting over 400% from behind the arc. And Savannah Lopez, 16 points in only 36 minutes last game at home against Principia. That's almost 3 points per minute. She is shooting .466% from the field. But that is all that we have from the pregame side of things. We're going to have the national anthem and lineups up next. Stay tuned for upcoming first half coverage here on EC 103.1. Up next.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family-owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney, Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. Locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo, Wendy Puff Pizzeria offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
The Pegasus.
And we return here to Batesville, Arkansas at Lyon College for today's game between the Red Devils and the Fighting Scots. National anthem was just played. Now we are getting ready for the starting lineups for both teams. Once again, this is going to be a very competitive game for both sides, fighting for that fourth place spot in the SLIAC standings. Looks like for Eureka out on the floor. Starting five is going to be Maya Webb along with Sierra Garcia Reich. We're going to see Alana Jackson as well. She's been doing really great defensively. Also out on the floor, Elena Redgate, the forward junior out of Metamora, Illinois. And of course the senior Max Naheda, the guard. Senior here at Eureka out of Riverside, California. Remember, she is a transfer student out of CSU San Bernardino. Now it looks like for the Fighting Scots, we're going to see Dale Hamilton out on the floor. Also Natalia Kaza, who, once again, we're going to be mentioning a lot tonight. She's been producing numbers offensively. She's been a very great player for this team. Some would say even the star player for the Fighting Scots. Kaza, a junior here at Lyon out of Little Rock, Arkansas. As it looks like both teams now out on the floor, Eureka and the Fighting Scots. All getting ready for this one. Starting five for the Fighting Scots, Alexis Shelton, Dale Hamilton, Natalia Kaza, Molly Mason, and Savannah Lopez. It's going to be Redgate and Mason in the center for the tip-off, and Eureka comes up with this one. It's going to be Maya Webb. And already this is something that Eureka does quite often. They like to start really strong with the basketball, and if you tuned in for the pregame, you know that I mentioned that recently, Eureka hasn't been starting off the strongest, and they've been able to ignite a spark later on in the game. Redgate right there puts that one up, and that'll be the first point of the game. So very quickly, within 30 seconds, Eureka a 2-0 lead. And on the Scots' first offensive drive of the game, they end up losing the basketball. That's exactly what we want to see here for Eureka, and a three from Sierra Garcia Reich. Just Eureka taking advantage of the turnovers early on and quickly have a 5-0 lead. There's a steal there for the Devils as Alana Jackson is going to take it up the floor. Here's a three from Maya Webb. Bang! 8-0 Eureka. Well, I said it. This is a competitive game. Both sides have a lot to lose. And Eureka, they know that they are going to have to up the ante here if they want that fourth place spot in SLIAC play. And that's exactly what they're doing early on here. There's another steal from Max Naheda. Right now, Eureka has numbers. Naheda putting it up. That one goes in, and the foul. What an offensive start here for Eureka, 10-0. I mentioned Eureka gives up a lot of runs, and that's typically why they start to lose their lead. Eureka on a 10-0 run of their own here to start this one, as Max Naheda making her way to the line. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka, locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney. Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. You can get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com. So Naheda able to make that extra point to make it 11-0. And Naheda, who just stole the ball away from Lyon, ends up traveling. So that'll actually be Eureka's first turnover of the night. So a bunch of turnovers for both teams, kind of switching off there. And there's a ball thrown directly out of bounds from Savannah Scott on Lyon. Not the start you're looking for if you're the Scots. Eureka simply taking advantage of every single turnover right now. So once again, we're going to see the basketball in the hands of the Red Devils. Scots already at 5 turnovers, and we're just reaching that 8-minute mark here in this game. Red Devils up 11-zip as Jackson takes it to the floor. She puts that one up. That one's no good. Scott's fast break opportunity, and Naheda takes it away once again. Now Eureka has numbers. Naheda unable to knock that one down. Eureka still has numbers, and finally Maya Webb puts that one in, and that's going to force the Scots to take a timeout here. So 13-0 early on for the Red Devils. 7:41 left to play. Scots 5 turnovers, and they're going to have to find something here in this timeout to get going offensively as we take a quick break here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka, locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney. Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
We return here to Lyon College. Red Devils with a very strong start here in this first quarter, up 13-0 as Lyon struggling offensively and defensively. As I mentioned, 7 turnovers right now. 2 since coming in this break already. And with 7 minutes, 16 seconds left to go, the Scots remain to just look for anything going, hoping to find that spark here. Trying to find a fast break opportunity is Molly Mason. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds. She ends up on the floor. And this is the exact start that Coach Hedrick and Eureka is looking for. Of course, Red Devils did lose their last game against Spalding, so you have to imagine they're playing with some extra motivation here in this one. They have been on a 2-game slump, and just like that, it looks like Molly Mason is fouled as she puts the basket in. That'll be the first 2 points for the Scots here tonight. Mason at the line, able to knock that one down. 13-3 is the score. Red Devils get the basketball back. Looking at some SLIAC notes, as of yesterday, we have a new list of league leaders for assists and steals. In that first place spot, we have Samantha Taylor from Lyon. She sits at first place in that league leader, 6.3 assists per game. Right behind her, her teammate Dale Hamilton, 5 assists per game. She's in that second spot. Of course, you have Kalisa Phillips from Westminster and Claire Williams in fourth from Webster. And in that fifth place spot from Eureka, Maya Webb. She's averaging 3.1 assists per game. And just like that, Eureka another 2 points as Elena Redgate gets in on the action. 15-3 Eureka. And another turnover for Lyon. That'll be their 8th of the night. That's something that we've seen a lot from Eureka this season. Pushing the ball, trying to move the pace when you don't have to. And of course that's going to cause turnovers. We've seen it from the Red Devils a lot this season. And that's something that Lyon's doing right now. Trying to push the pace a little bit too much, and all it's doing is hurting themselves. Reich is going to stop her feet. Goes up for the mid-range, knocks that one down. 17-3 Eureka. Well, remember, Eureka only has one triple-digit win this season. That was a home game against Blackburn early in January, in which they won 104-33. And from the start of it, it looks like Eureka might be able to reach that number once again. 6 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Already 17 points. It looks like Alyssa Abascal for the Red Devils is going to come in. Alana Jackson is going to take some time to relax for a minute after a foul there from the Red Devils. Going to be a Lyon player at the free throw line once again. Knocking down that first one there. And going 2 for 2 at the line, Emily Wally. So she'll have her first 2 points of the game. Eureka still on top, 17-5 with under 6 minutes left to go. Slyak also announced today, as Maya Webb puts that one in, that Natalia Kaza, the junior here out of Little Rock, Arkansas, has been named a nominee for the Coach Wooden Citizen Cup. I did say that we would be bringing up her name a lot in this game. And Natalia Kaza, as I mentioned, has just been a star for this Lyon team. Lyon able to put up another 2 points there, 19-7. Still trailing by a lot. Abascal finding some space, tries to bank it in, gets her own offensive board. That's exactly what you want to see here for Eureka. Offensive rebounds are going to be key, especially in terms of capitalizing and extending that lead. Unfortunately, nothing comes out of that. Lyon able to get the basketball back. Natalia Kaza this season, 422 minutes. No good there. Shot missed by Molly Mason. She's going to have to get up off the floor as Eureka has numbers, and it looks like that one's going to go out of bounds. I believe it'll stick with the Red Devils. I will mention a lot of the fans here from Lyon are back. It's nice to see everybody back from break. Eureka once again with the basketball, trying to capitalize. Here's an open three from Abascal. No good. Nearly getting her own offensive board. Instead, it's going to be Jewel Wally coming up with it for Lyon. Here's a three from Mason. That one, no good. The bounce not helping her benefit there. Maya Webb rushing up the floor. She's going to have to stop her feet, looking for room. Fires it up. Tipped there outside to Redgate. Finally, Nahera slowing things down. Once again, Webb standing at the top of the floor. 11 seconds on the shot clock for Eureka. Nahera in the paint, puts it up. That one good. 21-7. Red Devils extend their lead with 3:45 left to go in this first quarter. And blocked there from Nahera. Molly Mason tried to route a little bit around Nahera, and unable to do so as she fires her shot up, gets it blocked. That's something we haven't seen a lot this season from the Red Devils. Blocking. Typically, this is a Eureka team that likes to take it a little bit easier, lay off the fouls a little bit. We know that Coach Hedrick constantly preaches putting your hands up, especially when you're in that painted area. That's something that the Red Devils do a lot, but Nahara right there, obviously getting a little bit more aggressive, becoming a little bit more confident with the lead that Eureka has early on. And unfortunately for the Red Devils, they do turn the ball over right there. That one's going to be their that'll be their fourth turnover of the night. So once again, another occurrence here is Lyon trying to cut that point deficit down as Nahara right there picks that one off. Eureka once again has numbers. Moore going to have to stop her feet. Her pass is blocked. Zorello strips it away. Abascal in the paint, and it looks like the ref says she stepped out of bounds. So make that turnover number 5 for Eureka. Clock will stop at 3:06. Red Devils 21. And the Scots only 9 points. Still trying to get in that double-digit lead. Slyak also did mention the league leaders of steals as well, dating back to exactly yesterday. Once again, Kalisa Phillips in first with 51 steals on the season. She's out of Westminster. Alana Jackson in that second place spot, 44 steals. Samantha Taylor, 43 from Lyon. Lamaya Terrell, 34. And Ariana Williams, 33. Both of those players from Principia. And it looks like the Scots are going to take another timeout here. We'll take a break as well. Eureka 21, Scots 9, as the Fighting Scots look to produce numbers offensively, what they've been struggling with all season long.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. Locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo, Wendy Puff Pizzeria offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
We return here to Lyon College once again. Eureka 23, Lyon only 9. And with 2.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter, still looking for that double-digit point total. Having trouble producing offensively, and as I mentioned, coming into the break, that's something that they've struggled with all season. I talked about that in the pregame as well. Offensive gameplay has not been one of these strong suits for this Lyon team. And Eureka just continues to look to extend their lead. Maya Webb with the basketball in that left wing area. She's going to be double teamed by Mason and Shelton. Here's a mid-range from Ness. That one no good. Looks like she got maybe fouled there, and she's going to be sent to the line. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. You can learn more about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com. So Josie Ness able to knock down her first free throw attempt there. Ness on the season. She ranks 59th right now on the program's all-time scoring list, and she has a season high 9 points, both against Webster and Beloit home. Eureka right now 24 points, and finally, looks like there's a three from Molly Mason. And for the first time tonight, the Scots getting that double-digit point total. Bounce pass to Ness, Webb, and she's going to get called for a travel. Eureka now 7 turnovers on the night. Kind of flipping the ball to the ref in frustration with herself, of course. So clock stops at minute 46. Spalding, last game, barely able to defeat Eureka. Floating that one up, and it does fall in. So that one, another 2 points for Dale Hamilton, and it is now a 10-point game. Eureka still on top, and she was fouled, so she'll be sent to the line as well. Dale Hamilton trying to cut this lead down. 9 points, able to make that extra point there. And it looks like that one's going to be tipped out of bounds. The clock stopping at 1:35. Once again, we're having that occurrence of quick clock stoppages here as the Scots not really letting Eureka inbound the basketball at all. Finally, Webb gets the ball, pushing the pace, nearly loses it, able to recover. Najera in the step back, puts it up, no good. This one quickly rebounded by Lopez. Savannah Stout has to stop her feet there. Here's a three from Wall. That one falls through. Scots here starting to find some momentum at the end of the first quarter. Remember, Eureka having trouble with holding on. That's something that they struggled with all season long. The three from Reich, no good. Scots come up with a rebound and a foul. Under a minute left to go here in this first quarter. Dale Hamilton obviously contributing heavily here in this game. One for one from the field. She has 3 points tonight. Kaza, of course, leads the team 5 points. She led the team last game as well. Here's a corner three. That one good from Lopez. Eureka coming up with the rebound. Webb takes it up the floor. She watch out for Wally, who comes up behind her. Reich now in the paint, puts it up. Backboard, no good. Up in the hands of Hamilton. He's going to have to spin in and out. Putting it up. That one's going to be blocked by Joseph S. That's like... And once again, he's going to be the second time. It looks like Eureka is going to turn that one over. Defensive stop. And over. And that's obviously not what you want to see. That one's going to be, I believe it's going to be Eureka's 7th turnover of the night. And with 12 to go in this first quarter, trying to get at least one more shot. Bounce pass there from Stout. Ends up going out of bounds. Clock will stop at 7.5 seconds. Red Devils going to have one more opportunity here to get a shot up. Era pushing the pace. 2 seconds on the clock. Floats it up. That one short. And no good. The first does come to an end. Eureka 24. Scots 18. Red Devils off to a very strong offensive start as the Scots picking up some momentum coming to a close in this first quarter. Stay tuned for second quarter coverage coming up here on EC 103.1.
The Pegasus has been Eureka College's news source since 1889. Reports from the Pegasus can now be heard on EC 103.1. I'm Emily Virgil, Pegasus Editor-in-Chief. Get your 2-minute Pegasus news update weekdays at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20 right here. We'll discuss events happening all over campus and let you know what the Pegasus staff has planned for its next issue. It's the 2-minute Pegasus news update weekdays at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20 on EC 103.1.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news on air, online, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
We return to Lyon College once again as both teams get ready to start the second quarter. Eureka 24, Scots only 18 points. Welcome back to EC 103.1. Matthew Swan bringing you today's broadcast. Very quickly, looks like the Scots are going to turn that one over. So it's going to be Redgate to inbound the basketball. In that first quarter, Maya Webb talked about in the pregame. She leads right now 7 points in that first quarter. Eureka shooting 47.6% from the field and 50% from behind the arc. A couple of huge threes for the Red Devils, which highly capitalize on that 6-point lead right now. 9:48 left to go in the second quarter. Reich over to Nahara, who puts up the floater. That one no good. Reich offensive board and converts. 26-18, Red Devils on top. For the Fighting Scots, Natalia Kaza leading the team with 5 points. She's 1 for 3 from the field. Free throws as well. 3 times already she's been to the line. Lopez fighting in the paint. That one's no good. Eureka comes up with it. And right behind Kaza, Daly Hamilton, who remember had that layup and the extra point as well, able to knock that one down. She has 3 points. Scots shooting 46.2% from the field in that first quarter, slightly behind the Red Devils. Obviously, 3-point shooting a little bit higher simply because they have taken less shots. Just under 9 minutes left to go. Red Devils 26, Scots 18. As it looks like right there, we're going to see a foul, so Emily Wally's going to have to inbound here. Bounce Kaza in the paint. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds. Eureka wants it. And it looks like this one's going to stay with the Scots. She's going to hand that one over to Wally. Bounce pass taken away by Reich right there. Jackson now, she's in trouble. Wally guarding her. Really gets past that half work. Ebb wants it. Puts it up. That one spins in and off the board. No good. As Hamilton comes up with it. Right now. So now a 6-point lead for Eureka as the offense has just a little bit. And looks like there's going to be a foul against Reich. She'll have to inbound this one. Clock will stop over 8 minutes. Remember, the storyline for Eureka this season has been way too many runs, and right now the Scots finding a run of their own. Coming back into this game, only down 6 points. Reich puts that one up, no good. As the Scots have an opportunity, as they have numbers. Here's a layup. That one goes in. Molly Mason adding back to the scoreboard. 22 points for the Scots right now. And there's a quick answer from Elena Redgate. So back and forth here. Taking it up the floor, Hamilton. In that corner, Molly Mason, she's going to have to throw it in the paint, but that one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Webb right there. Coming in for Eureka, Alyssa Abascal, Josie Ness. Well, Maya Webb and Max Nahara are going to take a short little break. Trying to inbound it is Hamilton. She's going to float that one up. Gets it into the hands of Lopez. Now Shelton will stand at the top of the key. Here in the paint, Lopez fighting against Redgate. Puts that one up. That one falls. So the Scots coming back into this one as their run continues. Reich finds some space. She's going to put that one up. Doesn't get the lucky bounce. Redgate to Ness. Ness to the rim. That one no good. Redgate another offensive board. And Eureka slows things down here as Abascal squaring up against Hamilton. Bounce pass there off of the leg of Stout. Lyon comes up with it. Floating up to the rim, Kaza able to get that one to fall off the backboard, banks it in. It is now a 2-point lead. Eureka looking for an offensive answer here. Redgate, that one no good. Once again, Lyon comes up with it. Hamilton has a lot of time here. She's going to put that one up, and she's going to get fouled by Reich. She'll be sent to the line. Hamilton, 4 points, 11 assists last game. And here she has a chance to tie it up at 28. Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo. Wendy Puff offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com. So Hamilton only going 1 for 2 from the line right there. Eureka still up only by a single point, just over 6 minutes left to go. Reich, wide open three in that right wing, no good. And Abskull, who immediately started to rush back defensively, missed an opportunity for an offensive board. It looks like it was tipped out of bounds, though, by Stout. So Reich will inbound it as soon as she finds an open receiver. Redgate with the basketball. Bounce pass, Reich. Good cut there. Floater, that one a little bit too strong. Reich gets her own offensive board and puts it up and in. Coach Hedrick trying to call a timeout there, and the ref doesn't give it to him. A little bit of a questionable situation there. That one's going to go saved by Reich, actually, as Abascal now takes it up the floor. Eureka, 30 points. Lyon 27. Abascal nearly losing it there, and finally Coach Hedrick does get his timeout. So the Red Devils struggling to maintain their lead here. Offensively starting to slow things down as Lyon starting to heat up just a little bit. We'll be back for more second quarter coverage here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
We return here to Lyon College. Eureka 30 points, Lyon 27, as the Scots fighting their way back into this game. They've been on a little bit of a run, and of course, as I mentioned before that break, Eureka slowing down just a little bit offensively here. Reich is going to have to float that one up. It falls in, extending their lead. Coach Hedrick looking for some substitutions, as it looks like Webb and Nahara are going to try to get back in this game. There's a mid-range jumper from Hamilton, no good. Ness with the rebound. 5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Reich in some trouble, guarded by Shelton. Ness going to spin around. Floater, good. Looks like maybe there was a mismatch defense there for the Scots as nobody was covering Ness, and she took advantage of the wide open mid-range jumper. 34-27, Red Devils on top as there's a loose ball. Abascal comes up with it. She's going to have to slow things down here. Abascal being double-teamed right now. Where's the help? Eureka needs help here. Finally getting the ball to Ness. Jackson, top of the key three. That one a little bit too strong. And once again, looks like she's going to get her own offensive board. Now Reich puts that one in. A deep two there from Sierra Garcia Reich, who now has 11 points on the night. Ness fighting for the basketball, comes up with it. Eureka can slow it down here just a little bit, trying to extend their lead. Ness, a wide mid-range jumper. That one no good. That's exactly why you have to slow things down there. Eureka able to once again find that momentum momentum. Remember, they started off really strong, started to lose that offensive momentum, and all of a sudden they're coming back and scoring a lot more points here, 36-27, but when you get the ball back in situations like that and you take advantage of the turnovers, you just can't go shooting like that. Sometimes it's better to wait for your team to get down the floor, and Ness right there, maybe being a little bit too aggressive and shooting a little bit too wide. There is going to be a clock stoppage here, 3:42 left to go. Eureka still leads at 36-27. So we're going to see Molly Mason at the free throw line. She's going to knock that first one down. Mason has a season high of 19 points this season at Principia. That was a game in which the Scots lost. And she's able to knock down that second free throw as well. 36-29. Red Devils still on top. 3:42 left to go here in the second quarter. Maya Webb once again is going to take it up the floor. Taking her time here. Not wanting a screen from Nahara. Webb puts it up. No good. This ball. This one going to be tipped out of bounds there by Hamilton. It'll stay with the Red Devils. Eureka's offense maybe becoming a little bit inconsistent. They're finding runs themselves, but sometimes they're making shot selections that aren't the greatest, as Nahara puts that one in as she fought right under the rim. 38-29. Hamilton up the floor. Abascal going against her, trying to find some room. Stops her feet. Long pass in the corner. Lopez going against Ness. Pass almost tipped away there. Here in the paint, Cooper to Lopez. Spinning jumper, that one falls in. .31 points now for the Scots. Savannah Lopez doing a very great job here tonight. 8 points. She is shooting 4 for 7 from the field. As I said, 8 points in only 17 minutes. Here's a three from Webb. Bang! Maya Webb gets back in the action. 44-31. 13-point lead now for Eureka. Scott's looking for a very quick answer. Hamilton in the paint there. Putting that one up is Kaza. That one falls in. 2:10 left to play in the second quarter. Abascal looking for some room against Hamilton. She's going to be locked up. Here's a mid-range from Nahara. That one gets the lucky bounce and falls in. Reich getting ready to come back into this game as she sits near the first table. Nahara picks that one off. Here's a floater over to Abascal. She has all the time in the world. Nearly losing it. She puts that one up and good. 45 points now for Eureka. Outside, here's a deep two from Lopez. That one gets the lucky bounce and falls in. Exchange of help from the rim here from both teams. Webb slowing things down. Gets the screen from Nahara. She's going to flip it to Max. A minute 15 left to go. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Nahara in some trouble. Nearly loses the basketball. Webb looking for a screen. She's going to take it to the rim. Pass to Josie Ness. Finally gets that one in. 47-35 Eureka. Under a minute left to go. Kaza stands at the top of the key. She's going to have to get rid of it. Finally hands it over to Mason. Mason now in the hands of Hamilton in that right corner. Mason. Lopez spinning. Jumper. No good. Ness with the rebound. Now that's something that Savannah Lopez has gotten really good at over her past 3 seasons here at Lyon. Spinning and still being able to knock that shot down. 16 seconds on the shot clock for the Red Devils. Abascal directing traffic. More in the game for Eureka. Hands it over to Nahara. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Webb nearly loses it. She's going to have to rush to the rim. 1 second, puts it up, and good! Maya Webb beating the buzzer. 2 seconds left to go in this quarter. Here's a three. That one falls short from Molly Mason, and that is how this first half comes to an end. Eureka 49, Lyon 35. And with the help of Sierra Garcia-Reich, who leads the team 13 points in this game, followed by Maya Webb, who was able to beat the shot clock buzzer there. Eureka able to exit this first half with a comfortable lead. We're going to take a halftime break here. Stay tuned for second half coverage coming up next here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney, Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka. Locally owned by Mike and Bob Mayo, Wendy Puff Pizzeria offers a unique variety of pizzas, appetizers, salads, and desserts. Wendy Puff is open Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 and Fridays and Saturdays from 4 to 10. Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub at 112 South Main Street in downtown Eureka. They also offer online ordering at wendypuff.com.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
So today's your 18th birthday. Hey, Bobby, pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah. I've got my whole life ahead of me. School, then a job. I've been waiting for this day forever.
And when will you be registering with Selective Service?
What? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'll get around to it someday.
Someday?
Yeah, like, whenever I get around to it, I don't know.
Well, Bobby, if you don't register with Selective Service within 30 days of your 18th birthday, you can lose out on college loans, job training, and government jobs. And then you'll be, like out of luck.
Bobby, where are you going?
I'm just gonna get online for a minute, then I'll be right back.
To register with Selective Service, log on to www.sss.gov or stop by your local post office.
There. Are you happy now?
Very.
Welcome to the Eureka Red Devils halftime basketball show. I'm Drew Deneau here with head softball coach Jewel Hodges. Jewel, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
So I want to first start by asking, how did you get into softball and what was your journey like becoming the head coach here at Eureka College?
Absolutely. I've played softball my entire life. Out of high school, I played at a junior college in Central Illinois. Once I was done playing there, I transferred to the University of Tennessee, where I finished my undergraduate degree. I spent some time working within the softball program there. And then from there, I went on to continue studying and went to Ohio University to do a master's in coaching education. I spent 2 years on staff at Ohio University as a volunteer assistant. And, once I graduated, I came home, and it was right around COVID, and the job opened up here, and, it all got just kind of aligned for me.
So what about Eureka kind of made you narrow down that you want to come here, and what did you like about this school?
Yeah, the first and foremost is the Eureka community it's kind of unmatched. You can walk into the Commons, or you can walk into any building, and someone's excited to see you and is going to greet you with a smile. That was the biggest thing for me, is finding a place where the community sense was strong. Additionally, the softball program, has been very successful. It's a great program that, the previous coaches have built, and stepping in, it was something that I felt like I could continue to build.
So, into the culture standpoint of, sports or even softball, how important is it to build a strong culture here within, softball?
Absolutely. Very important, our program is based strictly around family, and, building the culture, the positive culture for us, and bringing in athletes that are going to buy into that is extremely important. We often talk about, building relationships and building kind of that environment off the field, makes things on the field a lot easier. So, like I said, our program definitely stems around, family and, a sisterhood for us.
So I know that in 2023 you were very heavy on the recruiting process, bringing in about 23 players. How important is the recruiting process this year going into the 24-25 season?
Yeah, this year we had a smaller class. However, we brought in very crucial transfers. We have a big transfer class, my colleague Chip Wilde says, you win with transfers, you win with juniors and seniors, and so kind of took that and ran with it a little bit this season. So we're heavy on the upperclassmen side, so it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be great.
And building on the upperclassmen side, how important is it for your juniors and seniors to be guiders and mentors for the freshmen and sophomore that are just coming in or transferring from other colleges?
Absolutely. It's huge. They kind of set they kind of paved the way for the younger athletes. We have a fifth-year senior, Bria Wessel, third-year captain. She's going to do great things for us leadership-wise, but we also have a couple other seniors, Mackenzie Daniels, that's been an all-conference player a couple years in a row, that's going to lead us, on the field a little bit. So the leadership roles are very important. They set the standard for us, and we talk about it a lot.
And off the field, how important is it to kind of build a relationship with your players off the field, knowing that you'll always be there for them and you always have their back off the field?
Yeah, one thing that I like to say as a coach is I'm a player's coach, and that could be on the field, but I really like to emphasize it off the field. So I spend a lot of time building relationships with my players, in terms of the open door policy. A lot of them will just come in and sit in my office and just talk, which is great, but I always tell them when they are here, they're my obligation and my priority. And they do a really great job of making it known that, Coach, we understand you're a human as well. It goes two ways. So, we spend a lot of time together, team dinners, or just, bi-weekly check-ins, stuff like that. Those are all really great things that we kind of do to build those relationships.
And how important is it, or ultimately, what is the goal this year for the 24-25 softball, Red Devil softball team?
Yeah, I think, we continue to build on what we have in the past. Like I said, we have upperclassmen that are going to be big for us, and continuing to build a program and have another season that's going to, pave the way for the future is what we're looking to do.
And I know that, you have all kinds of different classes, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, seniors, but is any spot open? Is there a spot open for anybody? Ultimately, if there's a returner last year and there's a freshman that proves himself, is any spot open for anybody? Is there You know, is there a competitive drive for each spot on the field?
Yes, absolutely. I tell every one of my recruits and every one of my returning athletes that, you know, you have to earn and maintain your spot. Whether, you know, you were an all-conference player last year or not, you have to, you know, show up every day and earn that spot and maintain it. So all 9 spots are up for grabs at this point, and come January, we'll see who fights for it.
And before we end this, is there anything you'd like to say to any, you know, recruits or women that are playing softball that are looking for any colleges to go to?
Yeah, I would say Eureka is, you know, it's a gem, you know, and, you know, take the chance on us when we take the chance on you, and keep playing, work hard, and put your head down. So.
Well, Jewel, thank you for your time. You're watching the Eureka College Red Devils basketball halftime show here on ECTV.
The Pegasus has been Eureka College's news source since 1889. Reports from the Pegasus can now be heard on EC 1031. I'm Emily Virgil, Pegasus Editor-in-Chief. Catch your 2-minute Pegasus news update weekdays at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20 right here. We'll discuss events happening all over campus and let you know what the Pegasus staff has planned for its next issue. It's the 2-minute Pegasus news update weekdays at 8:20, 12:20, and 5:20 on EC 1031.
Getting a rocket into space is one thing, returning it to Earth is another. I'm Dr. Lynn Pascarella, President of the American Association of Colleges and Universities. And today on the Academic Minute, Marcos Fernandez-Taus, Assistant Professor of Rocket Propulsion and Hypersonic Aerodynamics at the University of North Dakota, examines the research that goes into doing so safely.
We have all seen it. A formidable crest of water surrounding a spacecraft structure as it bursts into the ocean. However, this image does not speak for the technical complexities of a well-designed splashdown. Except for a few exceptions, such as the shuttle, most of the manned spacecraft recovered from the scorching re-entry fell into the sea. One must just remember the Gemini or Apollo missions, or more recently the SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft. The problem seems simple: a solid body impacting into water. Von Karman studied it in 1929, but applied it to seaplane floats instead. The conic shape of the Mercury capsule became a standard, with a D-shaped base that absorbed most of the heat generated by friction as the air surrounding the structure hit an incredible speed of 27,500 kilometers per hour. Then came the deceleration phase, with a gentler, cooling flow as the capsule continued its descending. By then, about half of the shield had boiled off. The drogue parachute deployed, which pulled out a bigger one. Finally, the capsule dived into the sea at a much safer speed of about 25 meters per second. The development of numerical methods gave way to a new science, computation fluid dynamics, or CFD, whose development was pursued in earnest from the 1950s. Since then, CFD has been successful in solving very complex movements of fluids in a wide variety of science fields. It has also been used in splashdown analysis. So next time you watch a splashdown, think of the significant effort that took a team of engineers to figure out whether the structural robustness would stand the impact of water and where should they expect the largest bending deformation along the metal shirt.
That was Marcos Fernandez-Taus of the University of North Dakota. You can find this, other segments, and more information about the professors at academicminute.org.
Production support for the Academic Minute comes from AAC and U, advancing liberal learning and research for the public good.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news on air, online, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips that you plan in advance, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends for which you make a group chat 3 months before so that nobody or anything is missing? Or your daughter's first birthday party. You planned it with such dedication that instead of the first, it felt like our 15s. The same way you plan each detail for those moments. Start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit. And make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
We return here to Lyon College. For those of you tuning in, welcome back to EC 103.1. We apologize for some difficulties here. Eureka coming into this third quarter up 53-37. Just under 9.5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. A lot of time left for Lyon to make an attempt at a comeback here. Through the first half of this game, Maya Webb and Sierra Garcia-Reich leading the way. Reich with 13 points, Webb with 12. Eureka's field goal shooting increased a significant amount, now at 50% in that second quarter. Lyon's field goal percentage barely going up, 46.7%, also in the second quarter. Eureka has had the lead for this entire game, currently up 53-40, nice 13-point lead. Nahara there on the jumper, a little bit short. Here's a three from Webb, no good. So once again, Hamilton taking it up the floor. We're going to have to see if Lyon can pull something off here and get closer and cut down that point deficit. No good there. Eureka has numbers. Webb taking it up the floor. Reich wide open, doesn't get it. Now she gets the ball, puts it up, and good. Slowing things down, Alexis Shelton standing at the top of the key. Here's a shot. That one no good there from Molly Mason. Eureka with another opportunity to capitalize. Webb in the paint, no good, and she is going to get fouled. So she will be sent to the line. 8 minutes, 6 seconds left to go here in this game. Eureka up 55-40. Maya Webb now at the free throw line looking to extend the lead here. First one falls through. Maya Webb this season, huge offensive player for the Red Devils. Season high of 21 points. That was on the road game at Elmhurst. 57-40 as Webb makes both of her free throws there. Taking it up the floor, Mason. She's going to have to hand it off over to Shelton. Guarded by Reich. Hamilton wants it. Shelton tipped there by Reich. Eureka comes up with it. Webb pushing the pace up the floor. Jackson in the paint, wide open. Pump fake there, puts it up, and good. Alana Jackson, another 2 points to her account here in this game. "19 seconds on the shot clock for the Scots. Here's a deep two. That one no good from Chastity Taylor. Scott's able to get their own offensive board, and there is a foul. So clock stops at 7 minutes, 16 seconds. Scott's going to have to inbound this one. We know Eureka doesn't like to make that easy at all. It's going to be Emily Wally to try to inbound it. Bounce pass, Kaza in the corner, hands it off to Soto. Taylor now pass to Lopez in the paint, right hand, that one falls through. Scott's 42 points. And of course for Savannah Lopez, she now has 12 points on the night. There's a three, no good from Mason. And Nahara's just gonna let that one go out of bounds. So it will go back to Eureka. 6:50 on the clock, 59-42 is the score. Nahara gets it to Webb, and she's going to take her time up the floor. Back to Nahara. Eureka's largest run in this game, 13 points. That was all the way back in the first quarter. Over a span of 7.5 minutes. Nahara step back mid-range, no good. And coming up with it is Lopez. Good job by Jackson to keep her hands up there. And the pass, that one's going to go out of bounds off of the hands of Wally. Jewel Wally, that is going to be a turnover against Lyon here. That's going to be their 18th of the game. Nahara talking to the ref right now, not really sure what the discussion is about, but she is going to be the inbounder. As you can see, all the way in the far corner, the men's team waiting for their game up next. Here's a mid-range from Abascal, no good. And Ness, she gets fouled. She'll be sent to the line. Abascal, maybe not the shot to take there. She was guarded by several of the Scots. Decided to go up for the shot anyways, and we now see Ness at the line. Josie Ness in this game, 7 points. Make that 8 as the first free throw attempt spins around. Sheena is now 2 for 3 from the line. 11 minutes in this game. Ness, a huge player, especially offensively for the Red Devils. Goes 2 for 2 at the line there. And the Scots back into play. 6:10 left to go in quarter number 3. Eureka 61. Fighting Scots 42 points. Webb playing really great defense right now. Unfortunately gets her hand in a little bit too much. That's going to be a foul. So we see another clock stoppage. Lyon going to have to inbound here. Just a little bit over 6 minutes left to go. Gets the ball into the hands of Taylor. Here's a deep 2 from Lopez. That one falls. So for Lopez, make that 14 points on the night. There's a steal from Taylor. Right hand and good. Lyon picking up some momentum, starting to come back into this game. Now the ref talking things over. It looks like with Molly Mason, I'm not sure what the discussion's about, but Eureka does regain possession of the basketball here. 5:45 left to go. Webb. Floater pass to Abascal. Redgate. Ness in the paint. Pump fake. Puts it up on that second attempt. No good. Taylor's going to come up with it. Taking it up the floor. Nearly losing it outside the Lopez. Across court. Mason looking for some room. Pass to Lopez in that right corner. Lopez going to be guarded by Redgate, and a fight for the basketball. A jump ball is the call as the clock stops. Reich once again is going to sub into the game for Redgate. In other SLIAC news for women's basketball, we have Blackburn taking on MUW today along with Spalding. They'll be going up against Webster on the road. Fast break opportunity here for the Red Devils. Nahara, no good on that mid-range. Ness offensive board, and looks like there's going to be a foul against Lyon here on Ness as the ref claims she was pushed a little bit. Maya Webb for Eureka has started in all 13 games this season. Continued to start here tonight. Webb in this game, 20 minutes, 5 for 10 from the field, 14 points on the night. Webb under the basket, puts it up and in, now at 16 points. 63 points for the Red Devils as we approach that 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Stout, right wing, she's going to hand it over to Hamilton. Trying to go up against Webb. And there's going to be a travel against Molly Mason. Another turnover here for Lyon. And that's going to be their 20th turnover of the night. Well, that's something we highlighted in the pregame. Lyon just having trouble producing numbers offensively. And that's kind of been their storyline all season long. As we see, they're not controlling the basketball really well. 20 turnovers already here tonight. Not even through a full 3 quarters. And as I said earlier, if you're not handling the ball properly, you're not going to be able to score. And that's exactly the case here tonight for the Scots. Reich fouled on that last play. She's going to be sent to the line. Reich in this game, this will be her first attempt at the free throw line. Knocks that first one down. 8 for 16 from the field in 19 minutes here tonight. Reich, her season high, 25 points against Blackburn. That was a home game for the Red Devils. Of course, they won that one. That was the 104-33 score, the first time the Red Devils hit triple digits this year. No good there from Lyon. Webb, a baseball pass. Reich a lot of time. Nahara is going to push the pace here. Nearly trips and falls, and she's going to get called for a travel. It looks like she was pushed a little bit. And Coach Hedrick telling his players just to keep moving along as they have a comfortable enough lead, 65-46. And Ness able to knock that one down as she hit the ground. Nahara comes up with it. She's going to slow things down here, double teamed. Fighting for the basketball, and it's going to be a jump ball. Nahara obviously not happy with the call. Starting to play a little bit more aggressively here. That goes for both sides. Reich inbounding. Remember last game for Eureka on the road against Spalding, there were a few altercations, not only between the players, but even some of the fans as well. There were a few clock stoppages, and the refs, of course, having to get involved a little bit as tensions were high last game. Unfortunately, Eureka dropped that one 57-56. That was a much-needed win for the Red Devils in order to stay above that 500 mark in conference play. Maya Webb at the free throw line now. Just under 4 minutes left to go. Webb knocks down that first free throw attempt. Head coach Casey Fowler for the Lyon Scots. He used to play basketball at Drury University, and after his playing time there, he joined the coaching staff as a student assistant. That was before joining the U.S. Army, so some Army experience for Coach Fowler as well. He completed training at the Naval Special Warfare Center in California. He completed 3 deployments. And on top of that, while in the military, he also broke 3 Guinness World Records in NBA three-point shooting. So after his military experience, he became head coach at Arlington Baptist University in 2021. And since this year, he's been the head coach of the Scots as they just put another 2 points on the board, now at 48. Just over 3.5 minutes left to go here in this third quarter. Abascal, heavily guarded, finally gets it to Ness. That pass is going to be tipped and taken away there by Molly Mason. Fast break opportunity, and the pass from Hamilton goes out of bounds. Hamilton obviously visibly frustrated here as it looks like Lyon is going to take a timeout. There may be just another clock stoppage as Eureka gets the ball back in play. 3:18 left to go. Eureka with an opportunity to capitalize, and Webb loses the ball, taking it up the floor. Wally, she's going to put it up. No good. Jackson with the rebound. And another jump ball signaled by the ref. So Eureka starting to lose possession of the basketball more often than they would like to admit. Pass in play over to Kaza. Standing at the top of the key, Jewel Wally. Left hand to the rim, no good. Rebounded by Webb. Nahara across the court. Jackson tracing that one down. She's going to go with the left hand, no good there. Rebounded by Jewel Wally. Coach Hedrick signaling for his team to get into transition. Usually not a huge issue for the Red Devils, as that one goes out of bounds off of Lyon. Redgate will inbound it. Nahara with the basketball. Passing across court to Reich. Now Redgate once again at the rim, fighting in the paint, puts it up, no good, and the foul. So she'll be sent to the line here. Elena Redgate, 6 points in this game, 3 for 5 from the field, and she is now seeing her first attempt at the free throw line. Redgate with her season high of 16 points, also at home against Blackburn, going back to that win, 104-33. Redgate's previous college, she played at Illinois College, and she goes 2 for 2 from the line, making it 69-48 with just over 2.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Mason stands at the top of the key. She's going to hand it off to Taylor. Here's an outside three. That one no good from Lopez. Fighting for the basketball, picked up by Wally. Another fight for the basketball, and the fourth jump ball in this quarter. Looks like this one is going to go to Eureka, as once again Nahara inbounds it. She's going to get it over to Webb, pushing the pace a little bit. Now rethinks her decision. Slowing things down here. Jackson, left wing, guarded heavily by Wally. Nahara spinning in and out. Pass to Webb, top of the key. Webb wants that Nahara screen. Looking for it, gets it. Webb dribbling the clock out, 6 seconds on the shot clock. And that one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Taylor. It is going to stick with the Red Devils. So just draining a lot of clock off of the scoreboard on that possession. 1:50 left to go here in quarter number 3. Fans here a little bit quiet. Understandably so. They've been down all game. Eureka has not given up their lead since the start of the first quarter. Of course, Lyon has gotten a little bit close. They've had some runs of their own. Their largest 9 points, that was back in the first quarter. They've had that 9-point lead for a minute, a little bit over a minute. And on that Red Devils possession, shot clock expires, so it's going to be a turnover. Eureka, 15 turnovers in this game. Fighting, trying to get a shot up is Kaza, and she is not able to do so. As she was heavily fouled there, she'll be sent to the line. Remember, Kaza, last game, she led the team with 20 points. Here tonight, only at 11. This is going to be her first shot as she misses that one. And she'll go 1 for 2 at the line there. Lyon now 50 points compared to Eureka's 69. Over a minute and a half left to go. Jackson to Nahara up the floor. Nahara into the hands of Redgate, and that one's going to be taken away by Jewel Wally. Wally pushing the pace up the floor. Pass to the corner. Here's Taylor putting it up a little bit too strong. Nahara with the rebound, and that one's tipped away. Fighting for the basketball. And this one's going to remain in possession of the Scots. They're going to call a foul against Max Nahara. So Jewel Wally's going to inbound it. clock at 1:16. Looks like Josie Ness coming into the game for Nahara and Alyssa Abascal for Alana Jackson as well. A minute 16 left to go. Chastity Taylor at the line. This will be her first attempt of the night. 2 points already. Make that 3. Taylor only 7 minutes in this game. 0 for 1 from the field. 3 defensive rebounds to her account. Of course, the rebounds help, but in this case, Eureka's offense has just been a little bit too strong right now. So she goes 2 for 2 at the line, and once again, Eureka, another opportunity to extend the lead here. Webb, heavily guarded, double teamed, gets it over to Ness. Abascal looking for some room. She's going to pass it over to Webb. That pass is going to be tipped by Kaza. Looks like it was punched by Webb. Kaza saving the basketball from going out of bounds. Wide open 3 here. That one, no good. Rebounded by Lopez. She'll put it back up and get the lucky bounce. 40 seconds left to go. Nahara pass to Abascal. Abascal gonna stop her feet, rethink. Gets past her defender. Pass to the corner. Reich could have had a quick 3 there. Breaks her defender's ankles. She ended up on the floor and the clock is gonna stop. Sierra Garcia Reich, that was a good move, crossing her defender over, who ended up falling, dropping to her knees on the floor. And Abascal is going to be sent to the line as she was fouled there. Abascal, 15 minutes played in this game. 2 points to her night. This is going to be her first attempt and visit at the free throw line. 27 seconds left to go, and Abascal goes 0 for 2 at the line. Taylor comes up with it. 21 seconds left to go in this quarter. Outside pass to Lopez. Here's a wide open 3 from Kaza. No good. Reich, 10 seconds on the clock. Pass to Nahara. Keeps it in play. Stops her feet. Ness is going to put it up, and good. With 4 seconds left, Josie Ness converts another 2 points. Here's a shot nearly going for the buzzer from Natalia Kaza. Instead, the quarter comes to an end. Eureka remains on top, 71-54. They've been on top all game. And up next, the fourth quarter, as the Red Devils look to close this one out. Stay tuned for more Eureka Red Devils women's basketball here on EC 103.1.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies of Peoria, an Epson distributor serving Central Illinois. Did you know that North America consumes around 100 million pounds of toner powder annually? This is the equivalent of more than 2.5 billion plastic bottles, 9.5 billion plastic bags, or 116 billion plastic straws. Epson now has precision core heat-free printing as an alternative to laser printers. Learn about sustainable printing solutions from City Blue Technologies at citybluetechnologies.com.
Eureka College Red Devils basketball is made possible by Cornerstone Family Restaurant of Eureka. Locally and family owned for nearly 25 years by Michael and Donna Sweeney, Cornerstone Family Restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. They are open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dine in, carry out, or order online. Cornerstone Family Restaurant is located on Center Street on the west edge of Eureka. Get more information or order online at cornerstone-family-restaurant.com.
Here we are at the start of the fourth quarter between the Eureka Red Devils and the Lyon Scots. Eureka up 71-54 through 3 quarters. Scots starting with the basketball, trying to make a very strong fourth quarter comeback. The mid-range there, no good from Savannah Lopez as Nahara comes up with the basketball. Jackson will take it up the floor. 9.5 minutes left to go. Bounce pass to Ness. Fighting her way through to the rim. No good. Mason coming up with the defensive rebound. Hamilton slowing things down here. looking for some room against Webb. And if you've been listening to our broadcasts here on EC 103.1, you know Maya Webb, not a fun player to try to go against when your team's on offense. And there's another jump ball as Jackson fighting against Mason. This one going back to the Red Devils. Clock just over 9 minutes. Maya Webb once again. Here's a pass to Reich. Wide open, deep two. Good. Sierra Garcia Reich now at 19 points in this game. 8 for 16 from the field in only 24 minutes. There's a shot there from Cooper. That one no good. Reich coming up with it. Remember, Sierra Garcia Reich's season high, 25 points. Currently at 19. There's a mid-range from Nahara, no good. Rebounded by Ness. She's going to put it up. That one is going to be tipped. Looks like that was blocked by Hamilton, maybe, as there were several Scott players in the area. Here's a three. That one good from Haven Cooper. Puts Lyon at 56 points. Baseball pass from Webb across court. Jackson to Nahara. Nahara in some trouble. 17 seconds on the shot clock as Eureka slowing things down on this drive. Webb, top of the key, finds some room, left hand, and that was too easy. Can't give Maya Webb that many open opportunities. She will definitely take advantage as Lyon calls a timeout here. So Webb in this game now at 18 points on the night, 6 for 11 from the field. Almost a full 30 minutes played in this game. Just under 8 minutes left to go. Coach Hedrick talking to his team, trying to work out some play. Red Devils here in this game, controlling the basketball really well. Not too many turnovers. Obviously, Eureka currently with 18. That is something you'd like to cut down, but when you're able to take advantage of the other team's mistakes as well, it kind of covers for it. Eureka's largest lead has been a 21-point difference, and they've had the lead all game. That has been over 30 minutes, 31 minutes, 36 seconds to be exact. That is 98% of the game according to the stat sheet here. So with under 8 minutes left to go, both teams make their way back out onto the floor. So it's going to be Lyon to come up with it. Taylor making her way up the floor. She's going to have to go against Abascal. Now in the hands of Lopez. Lopez looking for some help. Taylor nearly loses it. Abascal playing really great defense, falls down, and that's going to be an offensive foul. I was waiting for the call. Abascal continuing to be pushed around, and I was going to question whether or not they would be called for an offensive foul. Finally, she is. That is going to be another turnover against Lyon, their 27th of the night. Nahara now with the basketball. Eureka at this point able to slow things down. Of course, they're going to try to capitalize and extend. Ness outside. Abascal wanted the three. Could have taken it instead. Nahara, step back jumper. That one no good. Rebounded by Kaza. Abascal already into transition, playing great defense once again. Kaza outside pass. Ref does blow a whistle, and looks like there's going to be a foul. I believe that one's going to go against Lyon, and it's going to be another turnover. 29 turnovers here for the Scots. Nahara inbounding it over to Jackson. Abascal pushing the pace. She's going to pass outside. Redgate stops her feet. Ness wide open underneath the basket. Another 2 points. Make that 77 for the Red Devils here tonight. Ness now at 13 points in this game. Taylor wide pass to Lopez in the paint, backtracking and gets the lucky bounce. 77-60 right now. Eureka still on top. 6.5 minutes left to go in this game. Jackson, she's going to have to get it across the court. Finally gets it to Nahara in that right corner. Nahara finding some room. Outside pass. Ness, deep two. No good. Jackson, remember, who's in second place in the SLIAC for steals right now. Able to track that one down. Abascal. Double team. She's going to need some help here. Finally getting it outside to Ness as Abascal hit the floor hard. Nahara stops her feet, gets it to Ness. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with Eureka. As it looks like Jewel Wally kind of throwing her hands in the air, saying, oh, that wasn't on me, but basketball does stick with Eureka. Ness and Jackson come out of the game. We're going to see Reich enter play once again. Webb as well. Here's a corner three from Reich. Too short. Just a little short. Kaza with the defensive rebound, taking it up the floor very slowly. And if you're trying to come back in this game, only down 17, you have to pick it up if you're the Scots here in this one. Webb in trouble over to Reich. Reich to Nahara. And she's going to slow things down. Webb looking for that screen. Nearly tipped away. She's going to be double teamed. Gets it all the way to Abascal. Open lane. She's going to take it herself. And that was perfectly executed there from Eureka as Redgate in the paint was boxing out against her defender, allowing Abascal to have a wide open lane to the rim. Abascal, that'll put her up to 4 points in this game. Right there, basketball goes out of bounds. I believe this one's going to stick with the Scots, though. Just over 5 minutes left to play. Eureka 79, Scots 60. Good 19-point lead here for Eureka. They've held on to that lead since the very first quarter and haven't lost it since. Finally, Lyon gets it back into play. That pass is tipped there. Reich fighting for it, comes up with it. And moving a little bit too quickly there as Nahara throws it out of bounds. Reich once again took a little bit of a hard fall, but she is going to be okay. So Eureka turns it over. Under 5 minutes left to go. And as of right now, the fans of Lyon have to be questioning the chances of winning this game. Lopez in the corner. Passing there. There's going to be a foul against Nahara. As it looks like Lopez right there kicked the basketball. Obviously, you want to keep your composure here. Lopez now gets the basketball in the corner. Kaza spinning against Webb, loses the basketball on the way up. It'll go out of bounds and stick with the Scots. Webb once again continuing to play extremely great defense. Maya Webb this season, 22 steals. Obviously not as many compared to Alana Jackson, but when you have players on a team who can put up more than single-digit numbers, it's going to execute and really allow your team to play great, both offensively and defensively, as the Scots here take a timeout at 4.5 minutes left to go. Eureka 79. Lyon only 62. So in this game, Lyon trailing the entire way. Most of their points coming off of a count of Lopez. Remember, Savannah Lopez, season high 18 points against Dallas. She has had 47 rebounds in her last 5 games. She's a center. Typically, though, she likes to play under that post area, always ready to defend. And that's what she's really good at. Both teams starting to make their way back into the floor. 4.5 minutes left to go. Eureka continuing to close it out here, as the chances of Lyon coming back into this game decrease significantly. So Eureka will start with the basketball. Maya Webb pushing the pace, outside pass, Reich, that one gets the lucky bounce and falls in. 81 points for Eureka as they look to grab that fourth place spot in the SLIAC standings. There's a cut from Kaza, tipped away by Reich. She'll take it up the floor, and she's going to slow things down. That's a good move there by Reich. Webb, open mid-range, a little bit too strong. Gets her own offensive board. Nahara looking for room, pass to Redgate. Here's a mid-range. That one falls in. Eureka shooting everywhere from the floor right now. Left side, right side, and another turnover against Lyon. Well, I said that was a good play by Reich on the previous offensive drive for Eureka. Good move by Reich to slow down the play. A lot of times, like we just saw Lyon do right there, a player gets so caught up in the moment and in the play, and they end up turning the ball over. Reich does a great job by slowing down the pace of game and controlling the basketball, which later led to another 2 points by Redgate. Olivia Jones, 2 points as she makes her way to the rim, puts up the layup. 64 points for the Scots here in this one. Abascal with another 2 points. Both teams exchanging mid-range jumpers here late in the fourth quarter. Shelton in that right wing. That pass is going to be tipped out of bounds by Nahara. Clock will stop at 3:07. Reich, 23 points right now, 2 away from tying her season high, 3 away from surpassing that as Molly Mason passed the ball out of bounds past Savannah Lopez, who just sort of gave her a look. It was actually kind of funny. Over 3 minutes left to go in this game. Eureka 85, Lyon 64. As the Eureka women Red Devils look to close this one out, grab that fourth place spot in the SLIAC standings. That would make them 8-6 overall and 4-3 in conference play, meaning they'd get past that 500 mark once again. Webb double team, bounce pass to Redgate, wide open. Another 2 points for Eureka. Just under 3 minutes left to go. Kaza pushing the pace. Nearly tipped away by Nahara. Wallace taking it herself to the rim. Outside pass. Kaza in the paint, left hand, no good. And Webb is going to get fouled. This one's going to get turned over to Eureka. Abascal with the basketball. She's going to have to stop herself. Nahara taking it up the middle lane. Bounce pass. Redgate once again. Another 2 points. 89 now for the Red Devils. 2:15 left to go. Obviously, this is a game where Eureka won't get triple digits, but as I'm sure most fans would like that, but this is a game that Eureka is going to come out on top with. And that's all that matters. Kaza was fouled there on Lyon's offensive drive. She'll be sent to the line and have an opportunity to cut down that lead from Eureka. Kaza at the line, 7 for 7 right now. Make that 8 for 8. Looking to knock down attempt number 2, and she does not. So she had a perfect record at the free throw line in this game. Now she's 8 for 9. Eureka has numbers. Redgate, pump fake there, puts it up, and good. Elena Redgate starting to score on each drive here, as she is now at 14 points in this game. Kaza floats that up with the right hand, no good. And there's another example of pushing limits when you don't have to. Looks like Alyssa Zarello waiting to get into this game for the first time tonight. Abascal stands at the top of the key. Nearly stripped away from Kaza. Abascal, right hand, no good. And as we approach that minute and a half mark, Eureka 91, Lyon 65. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds by Nahara, and it looks like it'll stick with Lyon here. A minute 24 left to go. Eureka, 26-point lead. Lopez now, top of the key. She's going to stop her feet, put it up, no good. Taylor coming up with it. Alyssa Taylor, first time tonight we're seeing her play. That one's going to be tipped out of bounds against Eureka. A minute 12 left to go in this game. So it looks like Max Nahara will come out of the game. We now see Alyssa Zarello along with Josie Ness, Alana Jackson, Alyssa Taylor, and more, all on the floor for Eureka. That shot's going to be blocked by Ness. Alyssa Taylor going to have to come up with it. And her pass to Jackson, that one's going to go out of bounds. So Eureka does turn it over, but at this point it doesn't matter. Just over a minute left to go. Eureka looking to close this one out. Kaza with the basketball. Behind the back, floats it up with the right hand and banks it in. 67 points now for the Scots. As Eureka can just take their time on this offensive drive here. This will most likely be their last offensive possession. Zarello, pump fake, puts it up. That one a little short, and that's going to be a turnover there. .37 seconds left to go. Scots have the ball. Looking to inbound. Into the hands of Olivia Jones. She's going to throw it to Lopez in the paint. That one's going to get tipped out of bounds, but it will remain in possession with the Scots. 30 seconds left to go in this game. A very slow moving end to the game. Kaza with the basketball. Guarded by Alyssa Taylor. She's going to stop her feet, go for the three, no good. Zarello trying to get the loose ball, and Jackson comes up with it. Jackson just going to let the clock run out. 15 seconds, and Eureka is going to come up on top on the road. Zarello going for a shot there, too strong. Now Alyssa Taylor throwing it up, no good. Ness putting it up, also no good. And that is how this game comes to a close. So despite being up, Eureka still trying to get up some last-minute shots, but final score 91-67. Eureka ending up on top. They've now become 8-6 overall, 4-3 in the SLIAC. They now jump past that 500 mark and obtain possession of fourth place in the SLIAC standings. So, of course, Sierra Garcia Reich leading the team 23 points, just short of reaching her season high and tying that. But it is a win for Eureka, and that is all that matters. Our next broadcast of Eureka College basketball will be today here on January 16th when Eureka visits Lyon College. You can hear that broadcast right here on EC 103.1. Coverage begins in about 30 minutes, live from the City Blue Technologies broadcast booth. Eureka College basketball is made possible by City Blue Technologies, a leading Epson dealer serving Central Illinois, Wendy Puff Pizzeria and Pub in Eureka, and by Cornerstone Family Restaurant, also in Eureka. The executive producer of Eureka College is Dr. John Malone. Tonight's studio operator was also Dr. John Malone. On behalf of my broadcast booth, this is Matthew Swan. Thank you for listening.